Before watching this video, please follow EAS North Carolina 19's guidelines on not being a jackass. This includes being mindful of where and how you view this video to avoid disrupting others. The presentation you're about to watch is entirely fictional. Any resemblance to real events, people, or locations is purely coincidental and not intended to reflect real life. Emergency Alert System, EAS, warning. This video contains valid emergency alert system tones. If misused on real EAS equipment or AM radio, these tones could trigger the actual emergency alert system. Unauthorized activations are federal offenses, punishable by fines ranging from $20,000 to $1 million and imprisonment from 6 months to 5 years. EAS North Carolina 19 is not responsible for any misuse. Please don't be reckless. Volume warning. This video contains loud sounds that can cause hearing damage. If you're using headphones or high volume, adjust accordingly. Loud noises may also disturb those with noise sensitivity or neurological conditions like ADHD or autism spectrum disorder. Content warning. The video includes sensitive topics such as strong language, self-harm, war, terrorism, violence, horror, torture, blood, animal cruelty, and death. Viewer discretion is advised, and those sensitive to these topics should consider skipping certain scenes. Photosensitivity warning. This video may include flashing lights that can trigger seizures for those with photosensitive epilepsy. Please proceed with caution if you're affected. Copyright notice. This video is the property of EAS North Carolina 19. Unauthorized reproduction or re-uploading without permission can result in legal action, including a DMCA strike. Respect copyright laws and avoid infringement. By watching this video, you acknowledge these warnings and accept full responsibility for any consequences. EAS North Carolina 19 is not liable for any damages. Please enjoy the video responsibly, and remember, don't be a jackass.
All right. That should do it for the front. Maybe I'll catch that World Series game later tonight. Huh? What now? The hell's this? Wait, what? Local area emergency. On Halloween?
The following message is transmitted by the request of the Spartanburg Police Department. Residents of Spartanburg, South Carolina, lock all of your windows and doors immediately. A mysterious situation is currently unfolding within the city of Spartanburg. Reports indicate that objects, structures, vehicles, and even people are being pulled and displaced across multiple areas of Spartanburg, South Carolina, causing severe damage, numerous injuries, and fatalities. The cause of this phenomenon is unknown, but the situation is still being investigated. As a precaution, residents in Spartanburg are strongly urged to remain indoors, avoid windows, and be alert for unusual activity in your vicinity. If you witness anything abnormal, move in the opposite direction immediately, and contact 911 from a safe location. Stay tuned to local media outlets for further updates on this developing situation.
What the hell is going on out there? People being pulled? That can't be real. All right. Maybe I should take this seriously. Windows locked, doors locked. Okay, just stay calm. It's not even storming out there. Why does it sound like that? Okay, no, that's not wind. That's something else. What the? Oh my fucking God!
This is WSBA, News Channel 7, serving Spartanburg and all areas of upstate South Carolina. We are currently following a breaking and highly unusual story out of Spartanburg, where an unprecedented and mysterious event is occurring. Reports are coming in that objects, structures, vehicles, and even people are being pulled and displaced across multiple areas of the city of Spartanburg. Witnesses describe entire blocks of Spartanburg appearing to be swallowed by darkness, with visibility reduced to almost zero. Some residents have reported hearing strange, low-frequency sounds, accompanied by sudden gusts of wind and electrical disturbances. Authorities stress that this situation is extremely dangerous. The cause of this phenomenon is unknown, and it is not yet clear how or when it began. Spartanburg police, along with emergency management teams, are actively investigating. But because of the unpredictable nature of the event, they are urging residents to remain indoors and take extreme precautions. For your safety, stay inside and avoid all windows and doors. Do not attempt to investigate what is happening outside. Remain alert for any unusual activity or sudden changes in your environment. Move away immediately from any areas where objects or debris are being displaced. Contact 911 from a safe location if you witness anything abnormal. If you cannot reach 911, you may contact the Spartanburg Police Department directly at 864-596-2035. That number again. 864-596-2035. Residents who have reported sightings describe a surreal and almost otherworldly effect. Streetlights flickering violently, cars being lifted and thrown, and entire sections of the city appearing to fold in on themselves. Emergency services are currently stretched thin, and no personnel are on the ground in the most affected areas due to the extreme danger. We remind viewers that this is an ongoing and rapidly developing situation. At this time, there is no way to predict how long it will last or how far it may spread. Local officials are monitoring the situation closely and will provide updates as soon as new information becomes available. While authorities work to contain and understand the event, we urge all residents to remain calm, stay indoors, and follow official guidance. Above all, keep yourselves and your families safe, and take every precaution possible. Let's hope this mysterious issue is resolved soon, as we know what will happen next. This is Tom, reporting for WSBA. News Channel 7. We will continue to provide updates as more information becomes available. Please remain tuned to WSBA, News Channel 7 for live coverage and important safety instructions. Stay tuned for more coverage.
Boy and Billy mornings. Commercial-free workdays every weekday 10 to noon.
Yes! WROQ.
WROQ HD1.
Anderson, Greenville, Spartanburg.
Classic. Carolina's classic rock. 101.1. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
Immediate evacuation for the city of Spartanburg and surrounding areas. The following message is transmitted at the request of the Spartanburg Police Department and the Federal Emergency Management Agency. An immediate evacuation order has been issued for the entire city of Spartanburg and surrounding areas, due to an unusual and extremely dangerous situation currently affecting the city. This event is posing a life-threatening risk to all residents. There are widespread reports of objects, vehicles, buildings, and even people being violently pulled and displaced without warning. The cause of this phenomenon is unknown. Catastrophic damage, power outages, injuries, and fatalities have already been reported throughout Spartanburg. All residents must evacuate the city immediately. When leaving, take essential items with you, including food, water, clothing, medical supplies, personal documents, and a fully charged phone, along with a radio that does not rely on external power. Evacuation shelters have been established in Greenville, Anderson, Myrtle Beach, Hilton Head Island, Columbia, and Charleston. Shelter locations can be found on FEMA.gov and through local media outlets. To help emergency officials confirm which residences have been cleared, tie a white towel or cloth to your front door or mailbox. Do not attempt to pick up relatives from schools, hospitals, or nursing homes, as these facilities already have evacuation plans and will follow their procedures accordingly. Contraflow traffic operations are now in effect on all major highways leading out of Spartanburg, and law enforcement officers are stationed along these routes to direct evacuees. Remain calm and do not panic. Evacuate in an orderly manner, follow all official instructions, and leave the city now. I repeat, evacuate Spartanburg immediately.
What the actual fuck is going on out there? This can't be real. I came up here for 3 days. Just 3 damn days, and now this? All right, I'm not waiting around. This is insane. Absolutely fucking sane. I came here to help my buddy with his transmission, not to watch the world rip itself apart. I was supposed to leave tomorrow morning. Yeah, right. Street looks fine. Not a scratch. But 2 blocks over, nothing but smoke. How the hell does that make sense? All right, think. Trucks running, bags packed, phones at 80%. Don't freeze up, Tom. You've handled tornado warnings, hurricanes, but this ain't weather.
Hey, sweetheart. I'm just grabbing the tortillas. What's up?
Nikki, you need to listen to me, right now. Turn on the news when you get to the car. Spartanburg's going to hell, literally. There's an evacuation order. They're saying stuff's being pulled off the ground. People disappearing.
What? Oh, come on. That sounds like some Halloween prank. You sure you're not watching one of those EAS role plays again?
I'm not joking. This is real. I can feel it shaking the house. The air outside's heavy like a thunderstorm that won't break. Please, Nikki, just believe me.
Okay. You sound scared. What do you want me to do?
Get Sasha home. Lock the doors. Stay put. Don't drive anywhere tonight. You hear me? I'll head south as soon as I can get out of the city. If traffic's clear, I'll make it to Montgomery by morning.
You sure you can even get out? The news said half the highways are one-way traffic out of there.
Yeah, I heard it. Contraflow. I'll find a lane. That truck'll move through anything. Just promise me you'll stay calm.
I promise. Just please call when you're on the road, all right?
Yeah. Love you, Nikki. Tell Sasha her old man's coming home. All right, Spartanburg. You win. I'm getting the hell out.
The following message is transmitted at the request of the Federal Emergency Management Agency. The mysterious and unusual situation that originated in Spartanburg, South Carolina, has now escalated dramatically. Reports indicate that entire areas are being consumed by darkness, with visibility reduced to zero, while objects, vehicles, structures, and even people are being violently displaced for reasons that remain unknown. This phenomenon has spread well beyond Spartanburg and is now affecting numerous cities across the state of South Carolina. Impacted areas include Greenville, Anderson, Mount Pleasant, Rock Hill, Sumter, Malden, Aiken, Greer, Goose Creek, North Augusta, Lexington, Florence, Simpsonville, Conway, Hilton Head Island, Carolina Forest, Folly Beach, Myrtle Beach, Columbier, Somerville, North Charleston, and Charleston. These cities cities are experiencing catastrophic damage, widespread power outages, countless injuries, and rising fatalities in the entire state of South Carolina. At this time, the cause of this event is unknown. The National Aeronautics and Space Administration, along with the United States government, is conducting an emergency investigation to determine the origin and nature of this threat. As a precaution, all residents of South Carolina are strongly advised to either evacuate the state if possible, or shelter in place immediately. If you choose to shelter in place, move into a basement, if one is available. If no basement exists, go to an interior room on the lowest floor of a sturdy building. Stay away from all windows, doors, and exterior walls, and place as much distance between yourself and the outside environment as possible. Close and lock all doors and windows, shut off gas lines, heating, and air conditioning systems, and seal cracks around windows and doors with duct tape or damp towels. Stay tuned to local media outlets for further updates on this dangerous situation.
Good evening. This is CBS 17 News, serving the cities of Goldsboro, Raleigh, Durham, and Fayetteville, and covering central and eastern North Carolina. Today is Tuesday, October 31st, 2023, Halloween, and we begin tonight with a breaking and very unusual story coming out of South Carolina. What started as an isolated emergency in Spartanburg earlier this afternoon has now escalated into something far larger, affecting multiple cities across the state. Authorities are calling this a life-threatening and unprecedented situation. Reports from South Carolina describe entire neighborhoods suddenly being pulled into total darkness, with visibility dropping to zero. Objects, vehicles, structures, and even people are being displaced or drawn into these zones by an unknown force. Residents have described the sound as a deep, low vibration, followed by sudden gusts of wind and power surges before everything goes black. Here in North Carolina, there are no evacuation orders at this time, but emergency management is on high alert. State officials say they are closely monitoring the situation and will issue instructions immediately if there are signs that the phenomenon is spreading into our state. CBS 17 has reached out to the North Carolina Department of Public Safety as well as FEMA for updates. At this hour, no one has been able to confirm how far this disaster could spread or whether it could cross state lines. And yes, today is Halloween, and many residents across the Carolinas are already calling this something out of a horror movie. But authorities stress that this is no Halloween stunt, no trick, and no illusion. This is a real emergency that is threatening lives and forcing thousands from their homes. For now, North Carolina residents are being told to remain calm, stay tuned to local outlets, and prepare for the possibility of evacuation. Officials also recommend charging phones, keeping a battery-operated radio nearby, and gathering supplies just in case. Welcome back to CBS 17 News. It is Tuesday, October 31st, 2023, Halloween afternoon, and we are continuing to follow breaking developments out of Spartanburg, South Carolina. Strange reports of objects being pulled, twisted, even disappearing without explanation have caused alarm there. Officials are still working to understand what exactly is taking place, but the warnings have already drawn attention across the Carolinas. For more perspective, let's go live to our correspondent, Brian McDonald. He's in downtown Greenville, North Carolina, about 200 miles northeast of Spartanburg. Brian, what are you seeing?
Good afternoon, Adam. I'm standing here in downtown Greenville, North Carolina, where, at least for now, conditions remain completely normal. Behind me, you can see traffic moving steadily along Evans Street. Families out for trick-or-treating preparations and businesses still operating on schedule. There is no indication at this moment of any activity here resembling what we've been hearing out of Spartanburg. I've spoken with Greenville residents who are both relieved and unsettled. Relieved that there's been no disruption here, but unsettled by just how strange and sudden the reports from South Carolina have been. One resident described it as something out of a science fiction movie, while another told me they're planning to cut their Halloween celebrations short tonight, just in case. Now, local officials in Pitt County have been in close communication with State Emergency Management in Raleigh. They've emphasized there's no immediate threat here in eastern North Carolina, but they are monitoring conditions by the hour. They're urging residents to remain aware, stay close to reliable news sources, and be prepared should the situation change. What makes this story so unnerving is the lack of clarity. We've heard from Spartanburg authorities that entire vehicles, signage, and even sections of pavement appeared to shift or vanish into thin air earlier this afternoon. At least a dozen injuries and multiple fatalities are being reported in connection with those unexplained events. To put it plainly, people here in Greenville are concerned that if something like that could happen there without warning, it could, in theory, happen anywhere. I've also checked in with colleagues across the state, from Raleigh, Durham, and Goldsboro, all the way down through Fayetteville. And the same message is being echoed. No unusual gravitational activity, no disturbances, no power or communication outages. Central and eastern North Carolina remain calm, but with the story spreading quickly online, residents are anxious, refreshing updates constantly, and some are choosing to keep their families indoors tonight. It's worth noting that experts from several universities, including NC State and UNC Chapel Hill, are now weighing in on the possibility of rare astronomical or atmospheric phenomena being responsible. They stress that, without more data, speculation is dangerous, but they are working closely with South Carolina authorities to track any signs that this disturbance could extend northward. So for now, here in Greenville, life is carrying on as usual, but the uncertainty is creating a kind of eerie backdrop for this Halloween evening. Residents here are watching Spartanburg closely, and many are asking the same question. Is this a contained, localized event, or the beginning of something larger? Reporting live from downtown Greenville, North Carolina, I'm Brian McDonald, CBS 17 News. Back to you in the studio, Adam.
All right, Brian, thank you for that detailed report live from Greenville, North Carolina. Again, as you heard, things remain calm and quiet across our state for now, but the situation out of Spartanburg, South Carolina, is unlike anything we've seen before. Officials continue to urge caution and preparedness, and we want to remind our viewers that this is still a developing story. We're working closely with our CBS affiliates across the Southeast, as well as emergency management, to bring you verified information as soon as it becomes available. And of course, this all comes on Halloween, a day that many families in central and eastern North Carolina had been preparing to celebrate. We've been getting questions about whether it's safe to trick or treat tonight. Local officials here stress there is no evidence of danger in our area, but they advise parents to use their best judgment, to keep a close watch on developing updates, and to have a plan in place should the situation change quickly. Coming up after the break, we'll be speaking with a meteorologist about whether unusual weather patterns could be playing any role in what's happening down in South Carolina. Plus, we'll look at how emergency management agencies here in North Carolina are preparing in case the unexplained disturbances cross state lines. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
It's your right now traffic, and as we take a look at our traffic conditions around the Mobile area this morning, we are looking pretty good overall. We don't have any reports of any major accidents right now that are really going to slow you up too much. I-10 looks to be in pretty good shape this morning, I-65 and I-165. You are going to run into a little bit of delay on Old Shell Road just west of I-65, so keep that in mind. We're also looking at some moderate traffic on the Bayway. That's I-10 east and westbound between Mobile and Daphne, but again, nothing to slow you up too much. I'm Stacey Knowles, right now traffic.
It's 40 minutes nonstop.
Banging the most hip-hop and R&B.
WBLX Mobile, Pensacola. Live from the David J. Mahoney Personal Entry Studio.
Back it up, get the best.
The big station for the Gulf Coast. 93 BLX, a Cumulus station.
The following message is transmitted by the request of the Federal Emergency Management Agency. The mysterious and highly dangerous situation that originated earlier today in Spartanburg, South Carolina, has escalated to a national crisis. Numerous states across the southeastern United States, the northeastern United States, and portions of the Midwest are now experiencing the same catastrophic phenomena first reported in South Carolina. Reports confirm that people, vehicles, structures, and entire blocks of neighborhoods are being violently pulled or displaced for reasons still unknown. Widespread damage, massive power outages, countless injuries, and an increasing number of fatalities are being reported across the affected regions. States now under immediate threat include Georgia, Florida, Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, Texas, Arkansas, Tennessee, North Carolina, Virginia, West Virginia, Maryland, Delaware, New Jersey, New York, Massachusetts, Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont, Connecticut, Rhode Island, Indiana, Ohio, Kentucky, Iowa, Minnesota, North Dakota, South Dakota, Wisconsin, and Missouri. In addition, widespread fissures and surface ruptures have been reported in several states, adding to the destruction. National infrastructure is being severely impacted. Major transportation routes, communication networks, and energy systems are beginning to fail. Due to this unprecedented event, Game 6 of the 2023 World Series between the Texas Rangers and the Colorado Rockies in Arlington, Texas, has been postponed indefinitely. At this time, there is no guarantee that the series will continue. The National Aeronautics and Space Administration, along with the United States government, continues to investigate the cause of this escalating disaster. The National Aeronautics and Space Administration believes that a possible black hole is forming within Earth proximity, which may explain the sudden gravitational disturbances being reported nationwide. However, this has not been confirmed at this time, and the situation remains under urgent investigation. All residents within the affected states are strongly advised to either evacuate immediately if safe routes are available, or shelter in place if evacuation is not possible. If sheltering in place, move to a basement if one is available. If no basement exists, go to an interior room on the lowest floor of a sturdy building. Stay away from doors and windows, and exterior walls. Place as much distance as possible between yourself and the outside environment. Close and lock all doors and windows. Shut off gas lines, heating, and air conditioning systems. Seal cracks around windows and doors with duct tape or damp towels. Prepare a set of supplies with you. Bring food, water, clothing, medical supplies, a flashlight, a first aid kit, cash, toys, candles, insurance and important documents, a fully charged cell phone, phone chargers, and a battery-operated or hand-crank radio to last you through the event. Do not leave your shelter for any reason. If you leave your shelter, you will be putting your life in extreme danger. Stay tuned to the station or local news outlets for further information on this dangerous situation.
Learn more at GEHA.com.
From Charleston, Alexander, Diamond Importer Studios.
WWDC, Washington. Broadcasting from the most powerful city in the free world. Made possible by the U.S. Armed Forces. This is DC 101.
Cause I hope that you know when you're broken, I'm broken.
following message is transmitted by the request of the United States government, the Federal Emergency Management Agency, and the National Aeronautics and Space Administration. This is not a test. Repeating, this is not a test. At approximately 9:09 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, NASA confirmed the discovery of a black hole, designated Trajan 3077, located approximately 77 billion miles from Earth. This black hole has now been identified as the direct cause of the catastrophic gravitational disturbances first observed earlier today in Spartanburg, South Carolina, and now spreading across the United States, which is now being reported across the world. Reports continue to flood in of people, vehicles, structures, and entire areas being violently pulled, displaced, or erased by gravitational forces unlike anything ever documented. The scope of destruction has escalated to catastrophic levels across multiple U.S. states, with mounting injuries and fatalities. International reports confirm that similar phenomena are occurring in other countries across the world. NASA's analysis indicates that Trajan 3077 is not only larger, but also far more powerful than any black hole previously detected. It is drawing in matter and energy at unprecedented speeds. Its immense gravitational pull has created zones of complete darkness. The black hole is now visible in areas affected, where visibility drops to zero and objects vanish without a trace. The origin of Trajan 3077 remains unknown, but NASA has confirmed that it is continuing to grow larger and more powerful with time, intensifying the danger to Earth. Scientists and government officials are working urgently to develop a plan to mitigate or counteract the black hole's influence and to prevent it from consuming the planet entirely. This is an extremely dangerous and life-threatening situation. All residents receiving this message are strongly urged to take immediate protective actions. Seek shelter immediately. Move to a basement if available. If no basement exists, go to an interior room on the lowest floor of a sturdy building. Stay away from doors, windows, and exterior walls. Place as much distance as possible between yourself and the outside environment. Secure your shelter. Close and lock all windows and doors. Shut off gas lines, heating, and air conditioning systems. Seal cracks around windows and doors with duct tape or damp towels. Prepare supplies. Bring food, water, clothing, medical supplies, a flashlight, a first aid kit, cash, insurance and important documents, a fully charged cell phone, chargers, and a battery-operated or hand-cranked radio to last you through the event. Do not go outside or attempt to investigate. Doing so places you at severe risk of being pulled into the black hole's gravitational field. Stay tuned into local media outlets for more information on this extremely dangerous situation.
This is a national emergency message, requested by the White House. All EAS participants will follow activation procedures in the EAS operating handbook for a national-level emergency. The President or one of its representatives will shortly deliver a message over the emergency alert system. Please stand by. Please stand by. Please stand by. We interrupt our regular programming. This is a national emergency. Important instructions will follow. This is a national emergency message. All broadcasts and cable stations should transmit this national emergency message. This station has interrupted its regular programming at the request of the White House to participate in the emergency alert system. During this emergency, most stations remain on the air, providing news and information in assigned areas. This is V103.3 WMGV. We will continue to serve the Greenville, North Carolina area. If you are not in the Greenville, North Carolina area, or in this local area, tune into a station providing news and information for your local area. You are listening to the emergency alert system serving Greenville, North Carolina. Don't use the telephone. The telephone line should be kept open for emergency use to call 911 only. The emergency alert system has been activated. We interrupt your regular programming by the request of the White House. This is the emergency alert system. All normal programming operations has been discontinued during this emergency. This is V103.3 WMGV. We will continue furnishing news, official information, and instructions for the Greenville, North Carolina area. If you are not in the Greenville, North Carolina area, you should tune into stations providing news and information in your local area. It is important that you listen carefully to announcements from the station in your local area.
The following message is transmitted by the request of the White House, the United States government, and the National Aeronautics and Space Administration. This is not a test. Repeating, this is not a test. Citizens of the United States, and all who can still hear this broadcast worldwide, the President of the United States, working jointly with the United Nations and NASA, has officially declared a global state of emergency. This message marks the most severe and final activation of the emergency alert system. At approximately 12:16 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, the National Aeronautics and Space Administration confirmed that multiple regions of Earth have experienced unprecedented gravitational anomalies. Entire cities, vast stretches of land, massive infrastructures, and countless people have been violently and instantly pulled into what has been identified as a rapidly expanding black hole, known as Trogon 3077. These disappearances have occurred in milliseconds without warning, without time to react. NASA's current trajectory calculations indicate that the Trogon 3077 is not a stable cosmic object. It is growing larger at an exponential rate, and now exerts a gravitational influence extending far beyond the solar system. The following celestial bodies have been confirmed to be within its pull: Pluto, Neptune, Uranus, Saturn, Jupiter, Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars. Every known planetary body within its path will be drawn inward. Earth itself is now in its final stage of destruction. The black hole's mass and gravitational shear have already consumed approximately 80% of the planet's total surface area. Oceans, continents, and atmospheric layers have been stripped away into the void. NASA estimates that the remaining portions of Earth will be fully consumed within 30 to 45 minutes of this broadcast. There is no known way to halt or slow this process. This is irreversible. NASA and the world's greatest scientific minds have attempted every possible intervention, from nuclear disruption to gravitational countermeasures. All attempts have failed. The cause of this black hole has been traced to what astronomers describe as a demonic entity or a non-physical, non-human origin of force previously unrecorded in any astrophysical database, exhibiting intelligence and intent. This entity has formed a black hole designed to capture all matter and transfer it into an unknown dimension of darkness. As the event arrives and approaches, the following effects will occur across the globe. Mega earthquakes reaching magnitudes of 9 to 10, plus splitting entire continents and swallowing cities whole. Fissuring of the Earth's crust, releasing untold amounts of magma and gases. Supervolcanic eruptions at Yellowstone, Long Valley, and other calderas worldwide. Atmospheric collapse due to loss of the Earth's magnetic field, triggering catastrophic weather shifts. Asteroid strikes from debris, disturbed by the black hole's gravity. Orbital destabilization, throwing Earth out of its solar path before its final destruction. In addition, NASA confirms that spaghettification, a process unique to black holes, will soon affect all living matter. This is an unimaginably painful process. As you are drawn toward the singularity, the difference in gravitational pull between your head and feet will stretch you vertically, while compressing you horizontally, reducing your body to a long, thin strand spaghetti-shaped. This effect will extend beyond your body, shredding your molecules, your atoms, and even the subatomic particles that make you. Nothing can resist it. There is nowhere to evacuate, no safe shelter, no refuge underground, no escape beyond the planet. Remain wherever you are. The United States has given a set of final instructions that you need to follow. Gather with all your family, friends, spouses, pets, and your loved ones. Cherish the time you have left. Pray, meditate, or perform any rituals meaningful to you. Reflect, forgive, and find peace as best you can. If you are religious or spiritual, NASA and the White House encourage you to pray to your God or gods, to repent, and to seek forgiveness for your sins. If you are not religious, you may spend these final moments in silence, reflection, or in the presence of those you care about. You may choose to end your life before the spaghettification process begins. But know that this will not spare you from the black hole entirely, but may spare you from some suffering. This is a choice only you can make. Do not attempt to calm children with false hope. However, you may tell them the truth, or provide comfort in whatever form you deem necessary. Before this broadcast ends, I have been instructed to read the following scripture as requested by the President of the United States and religious leaders from across the world. Exodus 20:11-19. 4 and 6 days the Lord made the heavens and the earth, the sea, and all that is in them. But he rested on the seventh day. Therefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day, and made it holy. Honor your father and your mother, that your days may be long upon the land which the Lord your God is giving you. You shall not kill. You shall not commit adultery. You shall not steal. You shall not bear false witness against your neighbor. You shall not covet your neighbor's house. You shall not covet your neighbor's wife, or his male servant, or his female servant, or his ox, or his donkey, or anything that belongs to your neighbor. When the people saw the thunder and lightning and heard the trumpet, and saw the mountain in smoke, they trembled with fear. They stayed at a distance, and said to Moses, "Speak to us yourself, and we will listen. But do not of God speak to us, or we will die." There will be no national anthem following this alert. Nearly every broadcasting facility has already been swallowed by the black hole. This message is being transmitted from one of the last surviving emergency operations centers on the planet. When this broadcast ends, all remaining television, radio, internet, satellite, and communication systems will permanently shut down. This is the final transmission of the emergency alert system. May God bless America, may God bless the world, and may God have mercy on us all.
After the final emergency broadcast ceased transmission, silence fell across every frequency. Screens went black, radios went dead, and the voices of humanity faded into nothingness. Moments later, the inevitable occurred. The entire planet Earth, along with all 8 other planets of the solar system, was pulled into the heart of the black hole. What remained of civilization, its cities, its oceans, its people, was swallowed whole by a force beyond imagination. In a single moment, Earth was gone. The planet that had once shimmered blue against the void vanished as though it had never existed. It was as if humanity had disappeared into thin air, erased not just from existence, but from memory itself. When the light finally dimmed, only one celestial body remained: the moon. Alone, cold, and aimlessly drifting through empty space, it continued to orbit where Earth once had been, circling nothing, bound to a gravitational center that no longer existed. For a brief period, the black hole remained, a silent wound in the universe, consuming the last traces of the solar system. Then, just as mysteriously as it appeared, it evaporated, vanishing into the cosmic dark, leaving behind only the memory of what once was. No planets, no stars, no life, no sound. All humans, animals, and living organisms were gone, extinct. The Milky Way continued to turn, uncaring, as if nothing had ever happened. Time went on, but there was no one left to mark it. And yet, one question lingered across the void, an echo of the species that once looked up at the stars in wonder. If NASA and the world's scientists had been more aware of the potential threats lurking in the depths of space, could humanity have been saved from extinction? That question will forever remain unanswered. For centuries, humanity feared that doomsday would one day arrive. In the end, their fears were justified. Their nightmares became reality.